Hi, and welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance, where we're supposed to talk to Sir Divish to further our quest. He hasn't arrived in his camp yet. This is the An Oath as an Oath part of the quest, which I think might be the last thing. Talmberg must be conquered by force, it says.
I'm glad you came.
At your service, sir.
I'm about to give the order to bombard Talmberg. And since it's mainly thanks to you that we still have a trebuchet, I think you should have the honor of the first shot.
I'd be delighted.
To smash my castle? I can't say I share your enthusiasm.
Sorry, sir. I didn't mean it like that.
There's nothing to it. The men will load the trebuchet. All you have to do is pull the lever.
Well, I suppose I could manage that.
Then we'll bombard Talmberg for several days. Sir Robard will explain what comes next. Take care.
Talk to Sir Divish once you're ready, and now bombard Talmberg. So back to the trebuchet.
Yeah.
I'll see you when I reach the trebuchet. Well, this was a waste of time to have me go to Sir Divish's camp. Load the trebuchet. Am I supposed to talk? No.
Damn.
They're loading it. Talk to Sir Robard.
God be with you.
There was precious little in it, and we could have lost everything.
That's how it goes in war. But God stood by us. And in the end, they're nothing but a bunch of filthy cutthroats. They're sneak thieves and assassins. But does that make them real soldiers?
Well, they're apt to wait till a man nips off into the bushes to relieve himself, lifts up his chainmail tunic and stab him in the back. Personally, I'd rather face a proper soldier.
Because you know just who you're up against. That's probably why Toth is giving us such a hard time. God be with you.
Okay, we have to wait till it's loaded. Are they using the same thing that's used nowadays with these things to tighten screws? So there's a little wheel there with spokes on it that gets fixed in position after it being done. There's no stone inside there yet. We have to wait for that guy to load. Yeah. Oh, that's not a job that I envy him for. This is really heavy. Hey, look like how the tarp is built. If it gets tangled up a little bit, it will pull the wood to one side instead of straight line, and that can destroy everything. Did you just roll it through there? And then it got set back. Okay. Use the trebuchet. I know that we managed to hit it. The castle, that is. But I don't know if we really managed to hit the right part of it.
Divish said...
Sir Divish.
Sir Divish said you tell me what happens next.
Aye. We're going to watch Istvan shitting himself.
That's all.
For a few days at least. So if you have anything to attend to, now's the time. Just don't forget to come back. See you later.
Wait for a few days?
Is something the matter?
A few of them have taken to their heels. If they stop in Kuttenberg, I'll be glad enough. But I fear they may have other plans.
If those were the best of Istvan's men, they could be lurking in the woods. They'll probably wait to attack us at the worst possible moment.
My fear exactly. I won't breathe easy until Toth is hanging from the gate. But in the meantime, I'll be glad to know the woods at my back are clear. Can I count on you?
Of course, Sir Robard. Would you like me to bring back their gear as evidence they're dead?
That's not necessary. I trust you, Hal. You don't even have to do the killing, just let me know where you find them and that'll be that. There's no need for you to get hurt in the process. God be with you.
Okay. So we have to find 3 more encampments. But they said that I don't need to fight them. I just need to report their positions. It's tied to a thing that I found out when looking through the achievements of the game. I'm having the epic version, so there are no achievements there. But the Steam version has achievements, obviously. And the Steam achievements, there's one achievement that says don't kill anyone during the main quest. And this is part of how it's done. So the whole find out where camp part is and then don't destroy it yourself but send other guys. We found the Eastern encampment. I've never seen it, but whatever. I mean, I can destroy them myself. I'll get credit for that. We'll go to that encampment over there.
Yeah.
I'll just go find the encampments, report their positions, and no bloodshed myself has been done. But there's a possibility to do the whole quest with only killing Runt as the only person. It's the thing that says like during the main quest, kill nobody but Runt as an achievement, which is ridiculous if you think about it, because there's so many skirmishes and battles and stuff where you have to rely on your allies to do all the work for you. But it's a thing that might be done. So, So whatevs. We just have to find the encampment, which should be just a few steps ahead of us. I mean, we can do it ourselves. We have 3 days, but I'm not too keen on doing all the work myself. This is the encampment where Soratzik was waiting for me after that one quest. Okay. Weird and interesting. It's interesting how they have built inside these woods the same kind of vantage points that hunters use nowadays in the woods. They're built exactly the same. It's a really weird thing. They're supposed to be up there, I assume. Maybe this is an encampment that I really have to find and not just spot on the map, but we'll see. Oh, we have to Skyrim our way up here. That's the proper term again. Come on, they will be here, won't they? Find the Western encampment. Okay, we found all 3 encampments. And we now have to tell Captain Robar about the camps where they are. And that he can now send his men to destroy them. Because if we're taking them one by one, that should be no problem. It's just that in the war, it's not good to have them suddenly spawn behind you. Spawning behind us is how the game would do it, but it's just they come in behind us then. And they are set up to reach all 3 encampments from behind. So that's a thing that we don't want to happen during the war. So it's a good thing that we did this. We're already ready to go back to Soroba and have this dealt with. And we have to wait for a 2-day bombardment circle of the gate, which is weird because we had all this set up with a pitch to weaken the gate, which we didn't do.
The Lord be praised.
We made it in the nick of time.
We failed. That serpent from Valda gave us the slip. I should have known he'd have his fingers in it all. If only I could catch him.
Would you kill him?
Maybe. But before that, I'd throw him in the dungeon for a few years. See how much he enjoys it. Still, the best I'll be able to do is lodge a complaint against him when the king returns, and just thinking about it gets my goal. And my arms killing. Damn it! Goodbye.
We didn't even see Heather.
I found all of their campsites. The rest of the woods are clear.
That's a relief. Now let's relieve ourselves of this accursed Toth.
Tell Captain Rubar about the camps. Okay. Quest completed. Siege.
Good luck then.
Did Siege just complete? Wow. Wait until the 2-day bombardment is finished to see the only thing that's left now, and I suppose I'm doing that by choosing the option I'm here.
I'm here.
Can't you see we're still bombarding? You came too soon.
Ah, okay.
Good luck then.
So now I have to wait for a 2-day period. I could go off to a town to repair my stuff, which is still a weird choice by the game to not put like an armorer, a swordsmith, a tailor and a cobbler in these camps so that you can repair your stuff if you have the coin. Weird choice of the game. Okay, wait till the 2-day bombardment is finished. Rubar is expecting me. Okay, we've waited enough. We should remove that map marker because it will drive me crazy.
Since Sir Divish's colours still aren't flying over Talmberg, I suppose we'll be attacking.
Just so. That István's a stubborn bastard.
All right, when do we start?
There's no reason to wait. Are you really ready? If you need to rest or anything, we can still wait. You won't have another chance until we've won the day. Or until your final rest.
Okay, finale is beginning.
I'm ready.
Glad to hear it. We're going to attack on 2 fronts. The north gate and the west wall, which will scale with ladders. The attack will be split into different stages. Taking the outer walls, the inner bailey, and finally the core of the castle and the tower.
How are we going to attack the gate?
We'll try to do as much damage as we can with the trebuchet first. Kaiser claims he can even hit it directly.
Didn't we do that for 2
Even if
days?
that's true, we'll have to charge through a downpour of enemy arrows all the way to the portcullis.
Portcullis?
The metal
Fortunately,
thing.
it's wooden, so
Oh,
we'll be
it's
able
wooden.
to break it down. But dealing with the defense in the bailey won't be easy.
And what's the plan for attacking the west wall?
First, we have to get men to the wall with ladders, which is no easy matter under fire, so we'll need as many men covering them as possible. As soon as the ladders are in place, our foot soldiers will run up and try to scale the wall. Once a few of them get to the battlements, we should quickly gain the upper hand.
How will we take the battlements?
Either by scaling the west wall, or our men at the gate will help. If they can break through, that is.
And the inner bailey?
That will be tough. Even if we get through the gate and into the outer bailey, we're still a long way from victory. The castle is designed so we'll be like hens in a coop to anyone with a bow on the inner battlements. We'll have to either fight our way through, or somehow get around them.
What about the living quarters?
There, I'm worried most about the hostages. Once we're inside, István will know defeat is inevitable, but we'll still have to fight for each and every room.
I think I've heard everything I need to know.
Do you want to join the attack on the walls or on the gate? Remember, many of the Skalitz men will follow you. It could make a big difference.
I'll help with the attack on the walls.
Oh, I didn't have a
I'm proud of
choice.
you, Henry. You've changed from an insolent pup into a tough, reliable fighter. And as God is my witness, we will kick those whore sons' arses.
A village lad and an old soldier? This fan must be shaking in his boots.
If he's not shaking, then he doesn't know what he's got coming. Just one last thing, though. No matter how good the plan is, something always gets fucked up. Keep
Yes.
your eyes open and take advantage of every chance. Help your comrades and don't go rushing in where you're outnumbered. We have to take the castle gradually, one position after another.
I'll remember that.
Good luck to you, stripling.
Good luck to you, old soldier.
Take care.
Okay, we're ready for our attack. I like the armor they give me in this, but I like my own armor better. Is that my own armor under the thing? I don't think so. Oh. Oh, we did get the winch. That's holding up the portcullis with a single shot. Okay, that was really good. Why do we have to mount the walls of the outer bailey with ladders? That's weird. It's broken down already. We saw that in the cutscene just now. There's just a ramp to it. Boy, is there a possibility to sneak in at night and kill each one in his sleep? Because the thing is possible.
Attack! Let's go and kick their asses! Spare no one!
Okay. We're gonna scale the walls. I might try to do a stealth going into the castle thing. This one's done. Yeah, they're still shooting with arrows, but that's too late for you now. We're in. We got two. Why did I duck like crazy? Are you stupid? Coming with a bow to a sword fight?
Clear those battlements!
We aren't alone anymore. Are there more? Okay. We cleared the battlements. Which direction? They're going this way. Okay. We're ready with that. Okay.
Them! And now from the south! We'll charge them from the rear!
They're supposed to have only 35 soldiers remaining. We already killed more than half on this approach. Oh, wrong button. I thought he was trying to parry me, and I was trying to parry him back, but it was that we were in a clinch, and that's why it looked weird. One last guy. Oh, parry. That was weird. That felt weird. Okay. Okay, we've been around the gate now. Private area, yeah, of course. Never been to part of these. Oh, we're in the inner bailey. Perfect. The courtyard now. Why didn't you hit? There was a perfect opening and I hit the button, but he didn't hit. Why can't I attack his head sometimes? Sometimes the attack direction is grayed out and I'm not allowed to hit. And as I've grown accustomed to by now, I'm trying to go for the head, but I don't know why it's sometimes not working. Come on. Okay, got that guy. Why can't I? Sometimes I'm not allowed to do what I want. We're really having trouble here. Weirdly. Come on. Kill that guy. Okay, we have the courtyard. And we have had some searchers survive. They said that I shouldn't rush in, but rushing in did work this time. Okay, we have everything but the tower and the building.
Sir, we should give the order.
Let's see if Istvan Toth can worm his way out of this one.
Don't tempt fate, Hanush.
Istvan! It's over! You want us to come and get you?
I wouldn't advise that. Your friend Divish wants to see his wife alive again.
And Sir Radzig? Are both hostages unharmed?
For now, Hanush, unless circumstances change.
I'm glad to hear it. My guest is also safe and sound, but he's also quite keen to go home. I imagine you feel the same way. It's been a long time since you warmed yourself at your own hearth.
I'm in no hurry. I've plenty of supplies here, grand view and excellent company. What more could I want?
Your freedom!
Freedom? Freedom to get an arrow in the back?
Sir, we're all noblemen here, all bound by honor. I give you my word as a knight and lord, and that of my companions. If you release Lady Stephanie and Sir Radzig, you may leave the castle with your men and go on your way unharmed.
And just how far will we get? What good will it do me if your men attack us in the woods instead of here?
If you give me your word of honor that you will leave and never return, I promise you safe passage to the boundary of this fiefdom. What happens after that is up to you and the will of God Almighty.
Very well then, but I want a small safeguard. I'll give you her ladyship, but Radzig comes with me. I'll release him in Skalitz.
Out of the question! Is our word not good enough for you?
Is mine not good enough for you? I swear I'll release him when I get to a safe distance.
I'll go with him, Hanush. Let the Lady Stephanie have her freedom now.
Father!
Don't worry, son. I trust Lord Toth's self-interest more than his word. He wouldn't be fool enough to harm me.
If you're certain, Radzig.
Prepare horses and supplies, and tell your men to pull back. We'll come down.
You heard him. Get to work. And any man who breaks this truce answers to me.
So, are you really going to let them go?
My word is my
Yes, the
bond,
sword.
Henry.
He's a cutthroat and a liar. Good men are dead because of him. What's to stop us from skewering him as soon as he sets foot outside?
Our honor.
If you let him go, he'll do the same again. Or worse.
God's justice will find him. And then he'll get a taste of my mace.
If we break our word of honor, we have none. And without honor, we are nothing. Never fear. Your father will be all right.
I hope so.
We'll hunt down those vermin yet.
I still need the sword and need to kill Markvart. So the main quest was a ruse all the time? A ruse that we'll never be able to follow up on? Because it said do this and that, and we'll never do any of those
Bring
two
the
things?
horses.
Here she is, as I promised. Not a hair on her head harmed.
Divish.
Stephanie.
Forgive me, husband. I'm sorry
For what?
for letting them into the castle.
Come now, my dear. You're not to blame.
I didn't know who he was. He said he was your friend.
Never mind. Did he hurt you?
No.
I hope your word can be trusted.
Certainly more than yours.
If everything goes as agreed, I'll set Radzig free in Skalitz. If anyone tries to follow us, I'll kill him.
We won't.
Don't follow him. Okay.
My apologies for keeping you from your father, but you'll see each other soon enough. Oh, I almost forgot. Your sword. I expect you'll want it back after all the trouble you went to.
You can keep it.
Actually, you know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you.
I look forward to it. Yeah!
Since all DLCs are released, I assume we'll see that in
Quick! To the battlements.
Kingdom Come Deliverance
We have to see
2.
which way they go. Oh, they really are heading for Skalitz.
That's the right direction.
Mount up, Henry. You've heard what he'll do if we follow them. We're not going to follow them. We just have to collect your father. Or do you want him to walk back here when they release him?
Take a bit of a distance. Not too much, but a bit of a distance so that they don't think they're followed. Ride with Sir Hans to meet your father. Oh god.
Not long ago, I only made plans 3 days ahead at most.
Yeah.
Maybe I really could do something for Ratte and its people. Something really big.
Why are you so
There'll be
quiet?
plenty of time for that later.
Yeah.
This is quite a turnaround, isn't it?
What do you mean?
How long have we known each other? A few weeks?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Before that, I was chasing wenches around Ratte and you were digging turnings. And now look at us. A pair of veterans.
I was an apprentice blacksmith, not a turnip digger.
Same difference, you silly bugger.
Same difference, same difference.
Don't worry. It'll come to you. You'll see.
Well, I just hope he'll be there. Alive.
It's only fitting that we end the game in Skalitz
The way you found
by riding
off,
backwards the thing from the
sneaking
beginning.
into Brannick all on your own. Well, what I mean is, hats off to you, Hal. You wouldn't catch me doing that.
Truth is, I didn't think much about it. I just felt I had to do it.
Yeah. We really had a development. We really we are really worthy of
What do you think?
knighthood
Will
now.
Toth keep his word?
He's a noble, right?
Yes. So am I.
So Radzig will be there.
Yeah, but Radzig might be dead. I'm still suspecting two possible outcomes, of which one has Radzig being dead, and we find him, and then we'll ride after.
There's no sign of them. Move on. There!
Okay, he lives. Okay.
I'm glad to see Istvan kept his word, sir.
Not half as glad as I am, Your Grace.
Well, we kept our word too. And now Toth has had his head start and he's fair game. Which way do they go?
To the north, but I would be careful, Sir Hans.
Oh, fear not, Your Grace. I have twice as many men as he. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure the two of you have a lot to say to each other. Let's go!
He's hunting him down. He's hunting him down on his own. Great.
They treated me quite decently. Although they did steal my horse, so I'll have to go back on foot.
It looks like it's all over.
Not by a long shot. It won't be over until we get this mess cleared up.
And catch that bastard. How could we let him go?
Would you rather we killed him? Even if it meant Lady Stephanie and I died too?
No, of course not. But what was to stop us from killing him after the exchange?
Honor.
Honor?
Honor?
If the word of honor of a nobleman could not be trusted, then he would never have agreed to the exchange.
Yeah.
And where's the honor?
And the
in
next one
abandoning
wouldn't
your
agree
son?
to an exchange.
You know how it is. We were young. It happened. And I couldn't marry a commoner.
He wasn't allowed
Then
to.
your
yeah.
father, Martin, came along and took care of both of you.
Well, he knew it.
What? That I was your father? Certainly. He was a great man. He took you as his own. And always kept an eye on you. Of that you can be sure.
The first thing my father said is, this
I know so little about
blue-blooded
his past.
bastard is not good for work at all.
He told
It's
you
like the
nothing?
first thing that my father told me,
Oddly enough, even
said
though you
about
don't have
me
his
in
blood,
the
you're very
game.
like him. When he was
Before we
around
even saw
your
Henry
age,
for
he
the
became
first
bored
time.
of his trade.
He
And set out to see the world.
said,
He
blue-blooded
lived through many
bastard.
adventures.
Great.
Even fought in a war.
In a war?
Yes, in Poland, I believe. And I don't think he cared much for it.
That's why he wanted me to stay at home.
He spent some time in Prague, then settled in Kuttenberg. But it seems he quarreled with someone there and finally ended up here. You know the rest.
I loved him, but even so, I somehow always had a feeling I didn't quite fit in.
It was in your blood, I suppose.
I lost the one thing I had left from him. Your sword.
Ah. The sword. It's not my sword. It's yours. For a moment there, it was so near, yet so far. Oh, well, it can't be helped.
It was almost within my grasp, but just then I had something else on my mind.
Well, I think we may yet have a chance to get it back. This business with Toth is not yet over, unfortunately.
That's a chance I'd welcome. Not just to get the sword, but that bastard Istvan too. And then I'll find that German whoreson who torched Skalitz, and I'll slay him with it. I'll never forget his face. Or his name. Mark Vart von Aulitz.
Those are noble intentions, son. But don't forget there are other things in this world that are worth living for.
Like what?
Look around you. Blue skies overhead, green grass underfoot, beautiful girls. Good wine, a few good friends, and a fine steed under your backside. Those are things worth living for. Though I can't deny that swine who killed your mother must pay for what he did. But it's better not to dwell too much on that at the cost of those other things. On the subject of steeds, I think we'll have to ride like the Knights Templar.
How's that?
2 up. One day I'll tell you how they got their seal. You can take the front. It's like I always imagined it would be, teaching my boy to ride. Although it would be better if you were a little smaller. My word, it's all go today, isn't it? I wonder who this is.
I think I know. It's Margrave Jobst.
The king's cousin? I wonder what he wants. I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Oh, this Jobst guy is still there. Oh, but he'll only be there in the second game, I assume? Okay, this was Kingdom Come Deliverance, a game that has a lot of bugs, a lot of weird things and weird design decisions going on, but I really love it. It was really good, the story was superb, I really like it, I loved the setting, as I knew that I would. In the beginning I said if the setting's done well, I will love this game, and I do love this game for the setting and the story. There was like these little quirks at the beginning with how I learn sword fighting and how I didn't learn sword fighting because it wasn't going very well, and that was interesting that they're going with medieval metal stuff for the credits. It's a bit over the top, I think, but okay. With how I didn't learn sword fighting properly until I came back to a person that I had no reason to go back to because the game didn't send me that way. So that was a bit of a trouble, and I also had trouble with what else is it? The fighting system of fighting multiple enemies, but I get it that it's supposed to be hard, and I'm supposed to pick my fights. And in the end I was so overpowered that I still could just power through because I had a tank build. In other games you would call it a tank build. This is just natural that you come to this build here because it's what gives you maximum charisma and maximum armor and maximum survivability while impeding your movement speed by like 5% or so with all the perks that you can get into that. So they have had motion capture for sword fighting. Okay. They had motion capture for sword fighting. Of course, that looked really good. A lot of that looked really good. Sword fighting choreography, sword fighting stunts, yeah. Of course. And they were also 3D facial scanned, of course. I didn't even think about that in the game. That was interesting. They had a lot of models for, yeah, there were a lot of different people, and you generally wouldn't see two same-ish people in the same town. Yeah, of course. I really liked this game. It was really good. I had a few quirks, but okay, I really liked it. Was did one time where the quest failed because of a bug that was not good, and you can definitely talk about the saving system because it's weird to have this resource that you have to spend to save at all, or to have to go to bed. I always went to bed after a certain point and saved by going to bed, and then I drank 3 or 4 more Savior Schnapps through the whole game after the tutorial. So, oh, they had a lot of production babies. Normally they are like 1 or 2 in the list. No real enemies were harmed during the development of the game, loving the enemies of Genic Warhorse Dog. Additional work on DLCs and stuff. Okay. Yeah, this was really a good game. Tomorrow we'll start with Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which is a Souls-like in the Star Wars universe. I'm generally interested to see what they do with it. And yeah, that's what we're going to do tomorrow. I'll let you alone with the rest of the credits. If there's an epilogue, it will be in tomorrow's episode. So this episode will end after the credits, so you can turn off now if you're not interested. But I'm always showing the full credits. So have a nice day. See you tomorrow with either an epilogue or Jedi Fallen Order. Have a nice day.